Good morning and welcome to a beautiful Saturday morning in Burnaby, British Columbia. I'm here at Canlan 8 Rinks Ice Center in Burnaby, British Columbia for Game 1 of the first annual BMHA Midget Invitational. Today, your Everett JrSilvertips 16U are going to face off against the Burnaby A3 Bulldogs. We're short a forward and a defenseman today. Jack Lombard is at the state deck competition, and Thomas Pullen is also not with us today. Brandon Rayner has come up from the house team, and he's replacing Kieran Walton, who's on suspension from the final game of the Portland tournament. So that's the makeup of today's team. I'm here, as always, with your voice, the JrSilvertips, and Mr. Canada, Mike Meetsma. Mike, how's it feel to be back in the motherland?
How's it going, eh? It feels great, as always. Come over the border and just feel great.
They were polite to you at the border crossing, welcome you back home?
They were.
Mr.
Were like,
Meetsma, come right in, sir.
I have a harder time, getting back into the United States than I do in Canada. They're like,
as
hey.
it should be.
Yep, as it should be. That was great.
Sketchy Canadian.
Yeah, it was a great drive. Beautiful sunny morning. Good day for a drive. Sounds like everybody had pretty easy trip. I heard Judson Althoff had a little problems at the border.
Yeah, that guy's snaky, though. He
He
goes to a lot of foreign countries
Yeah,
and does unusual things, and his passport's kind of marked up.
Yeah.
Would be a polite way to put it.
Yeah, he was saying his passport looked like a Bible, and I was like, well, I don't think a Bible, but
Maybe a different kind of book.
maybe a different kind of book, like the Quran or something. I don't know. But yeah, you know what? He goes to a lot of different countries and stuff like that. So
yeah, nobody really knows what he does there. That's the thing.
That's true.
And I think that's why he gets set aside for extra inspection.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, so we're this is game 1 of a 3-game set with a finals on Sunday afternoon. Burnaby Bulldogs played last night, although I think not part of the tournament, right? Yeah, they played Alderwood, but I think it was just an exhibition game. I don't think there was an. Oh no, I'm wrong. That was an official game.
That was an official game.
Yep,
yeah.
that was an official game. That was game 1 for Burnaby, and they lost to Aldergrove. Hey, look down here, Mr. Meetsma. We got stuff going on.
They're taking pictures of us here up in our commentating.
It's pretty pro up here, I gotta say.
Pretty nice.
So Burnaby is 0-1 so far in the tournament, and in about 45 minutes they're going to be 0-2.
Now, where is your team spirit?
That is my team spirit. We're gonna bring it.
So we've got
Silvertips
Brandon.
are bringing it.
We got Brandon Rayner wearing number 14. So we're gonna get ready for the face-off here. And it looks like we've got the Herman Meetsma Meinecker line with Nuke and Rhodey. Ready on the face-off. Dug out by Meetsma. Bulldogs come back into the zone, put it up on the side boards. Gets disrupted by Rhodey, comes back for the Bulldogs at the blue line. Comes back, chased down by Herman. Comes back behind the Bulldogs net over to the sideboards, up to the blue line. Kept in by Rhodey, but bounced out again by the Bulldogs. Comes cross ice for Nuke. Nuke over to Rhodey, up to Herman. Dug out by Meinecker. Pushed up and out by Meetsma.
Little whistle there.
We're going to have to really pay extra attention here. We are behind the glass upstairs where we can't really hear what's going on. So we have a face-off just outside the Bulldog zone. It comes back for the Bulldogs. They do cross ice to the blue line. Stream up over the zone. Pinched hard by Althoff. Comes up for Brendan Phillips. Brendan takes a shot, goes wide. On the sideboards, Bulldogs get past Rhodey at the blue line. Picked up by Althoff. Back to Gumon, up to Corson. Corson streams up the zone. Looking, puts it right out front.
So close.
Saved by the Bulldog goalie. Grabbed up by Althoff. Althoff spins, tries to put it out front for Rody. Rody on the sideboards. Goes behind the net. Comes out for Althoff on the sideboards. Can't hold on to it. It gets popped out by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs race behind Gumont. It gets chopped out by the Everett goalie. Who's in net there? Is that Zadina? That
Looks like Zadina.
Zadina. Chopped out by Zadina. Sideboards goes back behind the Everett net for Althoff.
Corson took that shot and he went straight for the bench when it was over, and I think
yeah.
it was out of shame. I think he was ashamed.
Comes out for Phillips. Phillips just humps it back. It's shuffled off by the goalie. Up to the sideboards. Back for Nuke. Nuke up to Wyrick. Wyrick tries to pop it up on the sideboards. Gets disrupted. It comes the other side of the ice for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs go back to the blue line. Shuffle it into the zone, collected by Everett. Comes out for Anderson. Anderson pops it into the Bulldog zone. Cross ice right out front. Almost got to Rayner. Good battle here in front of the net. Chased down by Wyrick into the corner for Mietzma. Mietzma into the corner. Does a little wheel and deal.
Very nice.
That was early. Nice slapper got tipped by the Bulldogs. Comes into the corner for Mietzma. Comes out on the sideboards. Goes back. Rody gets tripped up on the blue line. It must be a speed bump there. Comes back for... Who is that? Is that Anderson playing defense? That's Gumont.
That was
Sorry.
Gumont. Yeah, there we go.
Man, that's a little hard to see through the white.
The netting there.
Yeah, through the white mesh. Herman with a face-off here, deep in the Bulldog zone. It is Bulldogs, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Burnaby Bulldogs.
Looks like Herman got kicked out of the circle. Mietzma to take the face-off. Hops back for Gumont. Gumont up to Mietzma. Can't hold on to it. It gets chased down. Picked up by Herman right out front for Mietzma. Doesn't connect to it. Comes out for the Bulldogs. Pushed out of the zone to Gumont. Gumont cross over to Nuke. Nuke slaps it up to Mietzma. Doesn't quite get there. Goes back D to D. Nuke to Gumont. Gumont cross ice to Mietzma. Gets poked but picks it up on the sideboard. Streams into the Bulldog zone. Back behind the net. Puts it right out front for Meinecker. Meinecker too deep. And it comes out for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs number 3 did a nice job tying up Meinecker's stick so that he couldn't get it out there and try to react to that.
Pushed out here by Everett. Picked up by Mietzma on the sideboards. Hops it in. Bulldogs cross ice over the blue line. Going to get picked up by Rody. Rody spins. It gets taken off the puck. It comes right out front for the Bulldogs. Gets shuffled off into the corner. Gets slapped up the boards to Horson by Rody. Over to the sideboards for Rody. Pushes it up to Phillips. Phillips can't hold on to it. Actually, that was a bad pass from Rody. Slapped up again by Rody at the center line, and the Bulldogs try to push it in. They grab it at the hash marks, go in. They take a shot, saved by Stringkirk. Comes back to the blue line. Picked up by Althoff. Althoff tries to push it in. He gets picked off, and the Bulldogs ice the puck. Actually, they're going to wave it off. Chased down by Meinecker. Meinecker up the sideboards to Phillips. Phillips pushes it up to Wyrick. Wyrick pushes it towards the net. Gets saved by the Bulldogs goalie. Bulldog goalie. Nice job there by Aiden Wyrick to, push that puck towards the Bulldog goalie.
A good bit of hustle, working hard. Wyrick in at center, taking the face off.
Good hustle here by the Silvertips so far. Bulldogs up the sideboards looking for a breakout. Comes back, heck by Wyrick. It comes out for Rayner. Rayner gets poke checked. Comes back for Wyrick. Wyrick throws it back to the blue, but gets disrupted by the Bulldogs, and it comes back into the Bulldog zone, chased down by, that's Anderson, sorry, not Rayner. Bulldogs into the zone. Comes back for Anderson at the sideboards. He pops it up on the boards. It gets collected by the Bulldogs, cross ice. And they dump it in, and it rings hack behind the Everett net, picked up on the sideboards. Nice shot that goes right through the crease for Zadina. Comes back on the sideboards. Hammered out here by Anderson and Wyrick, it looks like. Comes out for Gumont. Gumont up to Anderson. Anderson loses the puck, just pokes it in. Looking for a line change here for Everett.
Coming off slow.
Yeah.
Anderson
Bulldogs
just
up
now off the ice.
Up the sideboards there. They pop it all into the zone looking for the change. Grabbed up by Meinecker behind the Everett net. Chased down aggressively by the Bulldogs. Comes out to the blue for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs push it into the Everett zone. Collected on the sideboards. Chased down. Hit by Meinecker. Comes right out front. Scrum on the sideboards. Come back to the blue. Shot disrupted by Althoff. That was Meinecker. Sorry about that. Bulldogs with a nice breakout pass, disrupted by Rhodey on the sideboards at the red. Comes right out front, collected by Herman. Herman slides it up to Mietzma. That was a rifle shot there.
Yeah, turned into an icing there.
That's going to be an icing.
Good bit of work by Rhodey on the boards. He hadn't interrupted that play and slowed it down. That guy was off to the races, coming down the left side.
Well, and it was a little bit of an after, as the guy skated by, there was a little bit of an after the
little shove
play. It's like, I have to quit that. You got the face-off here. I'm not exactly sure who's in line. Maybe Althoff. Althoff with the face-off. It comes right out front. Saved by Zadina. They come around the net. They poke it. They put it.
It was one of those ones you could see coming long before it happened. The whole team was shifted over to the left. And Zadina tucked up against, his right post, our left. And left that other side wide open.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You could see the whole shift of momentum. The whole entire team was over, like you said, on the left-hand side. And Zadina was already down on his butterfly, didn't have a lot of lateral movement. So, I'd say here that the Tips have been, dominating on shots, but, you can't relax.
The team's still feeling each other out a little bit. It's been kind of a choppy game so far. No real flow to it. That goal may change that for how Burnaby reacts. But we'll see. We'll see what Everett can do.
But on the sideboards, picked out by Althoff, grabbed up by Rhodey. Rhodey with a weak shot, grabbed up by Rayner on the sideboards. Rayner gets hammered on the sideboards, but keeps working with the puck. It comes out for Rhodey. Rhodey fans on a shot, comes in. Blocker saved by the Bulldogs. From the sideboards for Althoff. Comes out. It gets tipped off here by the Bulldogs. And they stream through the zone. Come on, it gets picked off nicely by Everett. Comes up for Corson on the sideboards. Corson streams in. He gets poke checked. It's not working fast enough. It looks like
he had a moment there, but he just couldn't execute.
Looks like the Bulldog guy friggin' sat right on his head. Comes out to the blue line for the Bulldogs. They stream over. It comes out. It gets poked by Zadina. Everett just not connecting on their passing. Comes right up front for the Bulldogs. Another.
Oh. Well, Zadina thought he had it trapped, and it popped free and got away from him, and there was a moment where it was all open, but he was able to get a hold of it before Burnaby could react.
Yeah, exactly.
So the score is 1-0, 5:20 to go in the first. Zadina able to hold on to that one and keep it from becoming 2-0. Face off over to our right. Can't tell who's in. I'm assuming that's Althoff.
Yeah, it's really, really hard to see.
Oh, that's Herman. Yeah, that net adds just enough visual distraction so you can't see the numbers good.
Nice shot here by Phillips. Phillips on the sideboard, collected by Mietzma. Mietzma gets taken off of his feet. He had his head down. Comes over the blue line for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs playing nice and aggressive. Shot shuffled off by Zadina. Comes up for Meinecker and Mietzma on the sideboards. They dump it into the zone. It gets tossed out by Herman to Mietzma.
Nice little backhand.
Nice little backhand for Herman. Man, they're just manhandling Mietzma. Every time he gets the puck, they're like double teaming him.
Yeah.
Man,
blowing
11.
Up there again too.
Yep. They are just blowing him up. They definitely have his number, that's for sure. Or that's what it seems like anyway.
Certainly that shift anyway.
Guy gets picked off by Althoff. Everett just not hustling.
Number 10 raised his stick so high and so quickly there that I thought the puck must have gone in. I thought it was a celebration, but he was just getting clear.
Yep. Phillips comes out with it, loses it on the sideboards. Comes out for Althoff. Is that Althoff? Anderson, sorry.
Altofterson.
Altofterson. Anderson in the behind the net. Aldergrove or Alderwood? The
Burnaby.
Bulldogs.
Burnaby.
Jeez. Oh, my God.
Burnaby Bulldogs.
Burnaby Bulldogs. Comes out against for Althoff. Althoff gets picked off by Burnaby. They stream to the zone. Gets picked off nicely by Gumont.
Gooey tried to lay a hit there and didn't really work out for him.
No.
He ended up with his leg tied up, and number 11 from Burnaby got the better of him.
Yep.
3 minutes remaining in the first period.
Nice scrum along the boards. Burnaby puts it right out front. Good save by Zadina. Comes back to the blue line for Burnaby. And there's going to be a whistle, probably offside.
I didn't think it had come out, but that looks like the call, offside.
So we'll have a face-off just outside the Everett zone. Herman, Mietzma, and Meinecker line, it looks like. Am I correct in that?
No,
Herman.
that's Wyrick's line.
Oh, sorry,
well,
Wyrick.
It's Wyrick with Mietzma.
Oh, geez, they're really shuffling something out.
And Walton. No, sorry, not Walton. Rayner.
Rayner. Hey, why would you do that when you got two guys in front of the net? It comes back. Rifle shot by Nuke goes high and wide. Picked up by Rayner. Shuffled back in. Grabbed up by Wyrick. Wyrick on the sideboards. Tries to do something with it. Gets disrupted. Falls down on the play. Bulldogs come out of the zone with it. And they just pop it into the zone. Chased down by Meinecker. Meinecker on the sideboards. Shuffles it up to nowhere. It goes back behind the Everett net.
Burnaby player loses an edge behind the net.
I am not liking this tripod, that's for sure. I conveniently forgot my tripod.
We're running on the borrowed hobo pod.
We are. Scrum in the corner. Dug out by Mietzma, but it gets pushed back in.
Come on, Nuke, let's go. Let's go.
New Cage is not moving at all.
Left that right
11.
there for Burnaby.
Just left it there.
Icing call.
That's going to be icing. Man, 11. It looks like we have some Everett defense still sleeping here.
Yeah, it's not so early even. What is it here? It's 11:30.
It's 11:30.
1:26 to go in the first period.
Wake the heck up. I know there was a couple players that got here last night, and so they should actually be the ones that were wide awake. Comes out, it just repeatedly gets popped into the zone here by Burnaby. Burnaby gets tripped up head first into the post. Comes back, nice backhand, saved by Zadina. Got some good coaching happening back here.
1 minute remaining in the period.
Comes out cross ice for Corson from Herman. Corson gets poke checked. Man, 11. They're just leaving Zadina out for the Wolves.
Or the Bulldogs.
Or the Bulldogs, yeah, for that matter. They're really changing up the shifts. Got Herman out here with Corson and Brendan. Comes out for Phillips.
He's going to get pinched up on the boards.
There it is. That fancy dancing, you just got to crash the net. You got to go towards the net. Comes out for the Bulldogs on the sideboards. They pop it up. It's going to get collected by Gumont at the Everett blue line. Cross ice to Rhodey. Rhodey crosses but doesn't connect anything. Chased down by Herman.
Okay, so.
But that's going to be an icing.
Icing with a face-off on our end with 6.9 seconds to go. Now, we've seen this show before.
We have seen this show before.
Right here, what we need to do is win this face-off and run out the clock.
And just run out the clock. This is a bad situation here for Everett.
Yeah, this is
right?
like where things have just gone wrong
Yep.
all season long, is this kind of situation. And there's a shot on goal.
There's a shot on goal.
And that's how that happens, see?
Comes all the way back out to the hash marks here for the Bulldogs. And thank goodness we ran out the clock.
Yeah, a little tiny bit of chippy starting right there.
Yep.
But luckily the period ends before anybody gets into shenanigans.
Yep.
Gotta say, I'm super impressed with this tournament. They put it together in pretty short order. There were a few teams here in Canada that we had played before, and they all felt like these four teams in this tournament matched up really nice. And so they did just an invitation, not so much a tournament as, what do they call it, a jamboree or something?
Yeah, it's a jamboree.
Little invitational. But these guys threw this together in pretty short order, got everybody committed, and have done an amazing job. We've got official programs that have the names and numbers and positions of every player for every team with all of the information you could possibly want, the schedule.
Yeah, I mean, this is great.
It's really killer.
I mean,
it's super killer. And on top of all of that, they've come out and said, hey, it's the end of the season. We're all going to go out. We're going to have a great weekend, and we don't want any shenanigans. So they've set up the rules for this jamboree such that if you get under, I believe it's 8 minutes of penalties in a game, you get an additional point, which counts towards your point total for wins, losses, and ties, and could have a big impact on who makes it to the finals. So they really, they really want the boys to play clean and have fun.
Yeah, exactly. Which is, which is great. I mean, seeing that it is the end of the season, there's, there's really no reason for any injuries or, or anything like that. So,
yeah, just looking for a good, clean tournament for the boys. I'm excited. This is really, it's a cool tournament.
Well, and it's a nice way to, it's a nice way to go out, right?
Yep.
I mean, this is seemingly the end of, the end of the season, and we just want to go out, have a little bit of fun. All right, so we're at center ice here. We've got the Herman Corson Meetsma line with Meinecker and Nuke. Shot that gets caught here by Zadina right off the face-off. So we have a face-off here in the Everett zone. Face-off by Herman. Comes back for Meinecker. Meinecker behind the net. Gets picked off, shuffled up to the blue line by Mietzma. Burnaby behind the net, getting coached from behind the glass to get it out front. Comes back for Meinecker behind the net. That just makes me laugh. Comes back, and Burnaby dumps it right back into the zone here for Meinecker. Meinecker cross ice, doesn't connect with Mietzma, and it's going to be an icing call unless they wait. Oh, they waved it off.
Unfortunately, we're not able to get any offense set up, and Burnaby's right back in our zone.
Yep. Big flop shot that gets caught by Zadina. Good job for stopping the play there. So we're having a really, really tough time because, you know, the Everett defense is having a insanely tough time getting it across our blue line. Have Althoff taken the face off with Anderson and Phillips. Rocket shot that goes wide here by Burnaby. It's collected on the sideboards by Althoff. Althoff gets pasted. Happy birthday to him.
Oh, I didn't know it was his birthday.
No, it was a term about being pasted. It was just a
I
saying.
gotcha.
Sean was very adamant on you know, me changing. You know, when somebody gets pasted, he said you should say happy birthday.
Ah, I like it.
I was like, well, okay. So that one didn't.
But you fooled me.
It clearly didn't work.
Yeah, it totally tripped me up.
Totally. It's not Althoff's birthday. Warning to everybody here.
Actually, for all we know, it could be.
So we're having some issue here. Can you see what's going on?
Well, there was a shot, and you know, it was handled squarely by the Bulldogs goalie. But then I don't know if we've got a chip in the ice here that they're working on or what. There's something going on.
I think maybe his plastic healed.
Oh, and they're cleaning up the bits.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Broke his net guard, perhaps.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like the boys are all going to head over to the bench here.
Yeah,
so little equipment fix. Yeah, here comes Burnaby goalie.
Yeah, the referees look like they are holding some plastic bits here.
Well, you know,
So
a lot of the Canadian teams are still switching over to that high impact plastic, and he's probably still using one of the old glass net guards. So they got to clean up the shards before the boys can go back on the ice.
That's that Canadian safety glass right there.
That's right.
They you know, they put it in windshields and they put it in goalie net guards. What will they do next?
Yeah, and Labatt's. They use it for Labatt's bottles.
That's exactly right. Because you never know, a bunch of drunk Canadians.
Oh, you know, they might be chucking bottles. Right? You never know.
That's right. So we're going to have a little bit of a break here while the goalie, it looks like they might switch out goalies. They don't have. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I don't know if he's able to get his gear fixed there or
they got a replacement.
It looks like they're it looks like they're just working on it. He's watching one of the coaches.
Yep. Looks like the goalie is squared away. So we're here to resume the play. And the goalie's got, you know, the Burnaby goalie's got all of his accoutrements.
Accoutrement.
Yeah, accoutrement. And we'll have a face-off here in a Bulldog zone. Nice tripod here by Althoff. Burnaby comes out with a puck on this. Okay, got it.
I'm just gonna let that joke go.
That was not a joke. It was a face-off
I know that's
reference.
a legit term, but
that was really funny. Yeah.
There was certainly a "that's what she said" line available to take, but I'm gonna just pretend it never happened.
You know what? That's going on the blooper reel, though. That has to go on the blooper reel. I don't care. Even if we speed that one up, that's going to be funny.
Oh, my goodness.
Beautiful tripod.
I got tears in my eyes from that one. I was trying to hold it together and keep the commentary going. Uh-oh.
Beautiful save here by Zadina.
Plucking it out from behind.
Yep.
Yeah, I was trying to hold it together just so you could keep going and keep it pro. And the laughs just got harder and harder, and then water started leaking out my eyes.
When I'm hearing a little bit of some funny stuff here.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 12:54 in the second period.
Comes out back to the blue. Rifle shot goes wide. Shuffled off by Zadina. Back behind the Everett net for the Bulldogs. Right out front. Just about tips it over. Newkay with a breakout that goes nowhere. Comes back to the other side of the ice for Meinecker. Bad bounce. Doesn't do anything with it. And the way that we are currently playing does not bode well for Everett here in this tournament. Comes out in the sideboards for Wyrick. Wyrick takes a shot, gets blocked off by, oh my goodness. There's a pass back to Newkay from Orion that ended up going all the way back into the Everett zone. Newkay not ready for it. This is horrible hockey. I don't know if you have a comment or you agree with that.
I was just watching Meinecker and Herman work completely ineffectively together as well.
Like it's all the way around. Comes up in the sideboard, slapped in by Rhodey, gets blocked, comes back for Meinecker. Meinecker up to Wyrick. Wyrick trying to make a play. Comes in, does a flop little shot. You're not going to get anywhere on the Burnaby goalie with, coming to the top of the circle and doing a weak little shot in the goalie's chest, unfortunately. Hate to say that, but.
No, that was a confidence booster right there. That's what I call those when they hit the goalie square in the chest and he can softly cradle him and just feel really good about himself.
It's like, here you go.
Here you go, buddy.
That was a non-tripod from Althoff. Sideboards collected lots of slappy turnovers. Everett just can't hold on to the puck.
Yeah, no organization to the play.
None, just slapping at it. Comes back for Corson. Corson connects up with Mietzma. Mietzma pushes it into the zone, chases it down in the corner. It's tripped up on the play, grabbed out front for the Bulldogs, disrupted by Corson. Corson puts it out front. Collected a sideboards for Mietzma. Mietzma banks it off the boards for Rhodey. Rhodey over to Gumont. Gumont takes a shot, whiffs on it, comes out front for Corson. Mietzma back to Gumont. Gumont slaps a shot, goes wide. Comes to the hash marks for Rhodey. Rhodey puts it right out front. Doesn't connect with anybody. Comes back to the booth for Gumont. Gumont taps it over to Rhodey. Rhodey flops it into the zone for Althoff. Althoff on the sideboards, tries to tip it up to Rhodey. Rhodey slaps it into Corson. Corson takes a shot.
Ooh.
Another happy...
goalie had to scramble for that one a bit.
Yeah, Althoff was right in there looking for that rebound, which was a great job there by Althoff.
We're at the 10-minute mark of the second period.
Here,
score still 1-0. 1-0 for the Burnaby Bulldogs.
Everett's got to get something going here.
Absolutely. They haven't responded at all to the Burnaby goal.
Unresponsive.
Checking the goalie's equipment again, maybe? Not sure. Goalie's down on one knee here, and the officials are chatting him up. He's got his helmet off. All right, well, put your bucket back on, and we go.
Yep. It says there's an issue with the Burnaby goalie's helmet. There's a bit of a delay, is what Susie says. Dropped back behind the net for, I think, Herman. It gets disrupted, comes all the way back for Meinecker. Meinecker pops it up with the boards for Phillips. Phillips unsuccessful, and it comes all the way back to Meinecker. Meinecker up to Herman.
All three Silvertips collapsed on the puck together there, which left Meinecker no place to go with it once he got it. Boys got to play positions and work together and look for those passes.
Comes out for Brandon Phillips. Does another shot nicely into the logo of the Burnaby goalie. I mean, we're getting the shots. They're just not around the goalie.
Yep.
We're just, we're trying to get shots on goal. And They're not quality shots. Herman with a face-off. Comes out popped up by Burnaby, collected by Nuke.
Well, I'm never one to complain about more shots. Like shots are good. All shots are good. There you
Yep.
go. Scramble. I was going to finish my commentary, but I think we've got ourselves a goal.
Well, I don't see the ref's arms, or they.
He's either going to come break the bad news or the good. I can't tell here.
Okay. Well, he obviously went and looked at a number.
Yep. So he's gone and given a score. So that's great. So what I was just about to say is, if you're going to take those kind of shots that are going to hit the goalie like square,
dig, right?
Yeah, you got to go in and you got to be in his face, so that if he gives up a rebound, you're there. But more importantly, you're in his head, and he's anxious about not giving up the rebound, and you're making him question, right? Like you got to be worrying him, such that when those square shots, those easy shots come in, he might fumble them, and because you're in his face. So. Good job there. Now I feel kind of bad because I was giving this negative commentary and we had a good thing happen, but
well, I mean it's one of those things. Bulldogs come out, they take a shot, rightly just responding right off that face off with the goal, and that's exactly what Everett needed to do.
Well, and they did the whole reason they scored that goal is they got a shot in, which may or may not have been the best shot, but then they all went to work. And they were scrambling and scrumming, and there was so much activity. Like, I stopped talking, but we couldn't figure out what was happening because there were so many guys. And that's what you want.
It comes out for Althoff. Sorry about that.
Oh, I was just going to say, that's your hard-working goal.
Yep. Althoff does a shot, gets tipped off there by the goalie. Was that Althoff or Mietzma? I don't remember.
It was Althoff.
Was that Althoff? Okay. I just saw the number 2. Wasn't sure.
They're actually both out right now.
Oh, they are,
but that was Althoff.
That was Althoff. Good.
Cookie Duster.
Althoff for the face-off. Here in a Bulldog zone. Face-off to the sideboards, picked off by Mietzma. Comes back behind the Bulldogs net, shuffled up. Rhodey over to Mietzma. Mietzma takes a shot right into the goalie's chest. Man a-living. It's like the goalie is filling up the whole entire net. Nice shot by Mietzma. Althoff back to Gumont at the blue line. He takes a shot, goes out front, hipped by Althoff. Comes out for the Bulldogs. Picked off by Rhodey. It gets slammed into the Everett zone. The side of the net for Gumont. Gumont up to Mietzma. Mietzma gets pinned on the boards. Comes back for Althoff. Althoff drops it back to Rhodey. Rhodey shuffles it into the zone, collected by the Burnaby goalie. Comes back behind the Burnaby net, disrupted by Everett, puts it right out front. Can't tell who that was, who put it out front. That was Mietzma behind the net, put it right out front. They got covered up by the Burnaby goalie.
Well, we're deep in the second period, and I saw Elmer Fudd wander by, so that means it's time for everyone's favorite segment of the game. What won't Wywick remember? So this week, Aiden Wyrick showed up at Sunday Stick and Puck as well as Tuesday practice, missing a vital piece of equipment that any hockey player must have at all times, that being his cup. He didn't tell anybody, as was wise, I think. Little scramble there. Didn't tell anybody. Went out and played the stick and puck. Went out and did the practice. And during practice, the coaches decided they were going to do some tipping drills. And so he was wide-eyed and fearful, but managed to survive 2 days without his vital equipment.
So you're just not gonna, you're not gonna come right out and say it. You're just gonna say vital equipment.
That's right. Well, I said it was his cup. That's a key piece of equipment.
Yeah, it is a key piece of equipment. You don't want to be without that. Comes back for Meinecker. Meinecker pops it up to Phillips. Phillips to Herman. Herman loses it in his legs. Gets pinched up by Meinecker, but collected by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs into the zone, get past New K. Picked off there by Herman, and they stream up ice. Be collected by Phillips. Phillips tried to put it out front for Herman. Didn't quite get there. Bulldogs on the sideboards, pinched in by Rhodey. Nice shot with a tip by Rayner. Rayner gets taken off the puck. Comes back to the blue, cross ice from Rhodey to Meinecker. Meinecker backhands it up over to Rayner on the sideboards. Cross ice for Burnaby, picked off by Althoff. Althoff looking for some open space. Looking out front, goes back behind the Bulldog zone. Back to Rhodey. Rhodey does a huge slapper, gets disrupted. Comes back to Meinecker at the blue, over to Rhodey. Thanks, Mike.
Mike Nuke just showed up with a gift, but I couldn't tell if it was
water. Yeah, I was hoping for, I don't know, like a Coke maybe. There was a ripping shot there by the Bulldogs. Went wide of Zadina. Comes back for Rhodey. Rhodey does a blind backhand right to the Burnaby player, and it gets shuffled back behind the Everett net. Comes out for Wyrick on the sideboards, picked out by Gumont. Collected by Althoff behind Everett's net. And that breakout is really suffering. Comes right out front for the Bulldogs. Going to get covered up, and there's some scrumming along the...
Bulldogs number 7, Matthew Shong, there with a nice shot and his own rebound with a second opportunity.
Matthew Shong. Yeah, we got the roster there.
5:20 remaining in the second period. Herman meets Meinecker.
Nice. Collected by Nuke.
And Herman just does a great job of tying up the other forward.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's never, the other forward is just out of the play.
Oh, man, 11. I can't believe that the refs let that Nuke hit going.
Oh, I missed it. There's a post right here, and I can't see the corner.
Okay. Yeah, Nuke ignored the puck and went after the player. And that'll land him in the penalty box if he's not careful. Comes up to the sideboards for Mietzma. Mietzma gets totally disrupted, but collects the puck again, but loses. Turnover. And
looks to me like
hooking.
We've got ourselves a hooking penalty
On the Bulldogs.
You know, just last week I saw a couple of ladies having a dart and hooking in the parking lot of the Everett Travel Lodge just across the street from Big Mike Mietzma's Wheels and Deals, where you can get yourself a 76 GTO hardtop for just $199.99 per month with your good credit. You'll always come out a winner when Big Mike Wheels and Deals his way through the lot.
Thank you for that commercial break. That was absolutely awesome. I love that.
Got to keep a shout out to those sponsors. They're the ones who pay the bills.
That's right. I noticed that you were like, oh, hooking. Wait, I got something for that. Meinecker out of the zone, shuffles it up to Althoff. Althoff just seems like no speed whatsoever. Drops it back to Meinecker. Meinecker gets disrupted, happens to pop it back to Althoff, and it comes out front for Corson, and Corson kind of whiffs on that shot, gets collected by the Bulldog goalie.
1:32 remaining in the power play for Everett.
Have Althoff for the face-off with Mietzma. Comes back to Nuke. Nuke over to Anderson. Big slapper by Rhodey. I forgot to move the camera there.
That
Comes
was
up.
Nuke.
Yeah, sorry. Comes back for the Bulldogs. They do a rifle shot that goes over the net, collected by Corson. Corson got disrupted. Bulldogs push it back. It's blocked up by Nuke, or by Meinecker. Comes back to Nuke. Nuke up to Mietzma. Pops it in the boards. Pops it up the boards. Comes for Althoff. Althoff pushes it back behind. Mietzma tried to do his wraparound and got disrupted. Collects it behind the net. Comes back up to the blue line for Rohde. Rohde cross ice to Meinecker. Meinecker pops it in. Comes for Corson. Corson takes a shot, gets blocked. Comes back to the sideboards.
30 seconds remaining in the power play.
Blocked by Rohde. Comes out front from Corson for Mietzma.
Thought we had an opportunity there.
Mietzma on the sideboards takes the shot. Gets blocked, covered up by the Bulldog goalie.
Interesting response from the goalie. The puck hit him, and he was still upright with his hands back.
Yeah.
And then he just sort of suddenly was like, oh no, and dropped down and covered.
So it was a little, that was a good, like cycling the puck. It was good job here by Everett.
Yeah, totally agree. We got 10 seconds left in this power play.
We had a couple good shots there. Nice shot by...
there we go. Shoots and scores. I think that was Brendan Phillips who snuck in. It was either Phillips or Herman. I just caught the edge of the number as he turned, but I think that was Phillips.
Yeah, so beautiful shot. Kind of a weak, floppy shot by Gumont. Rebounded by the Bulldog goalie and then picked up by either Herman or Phillips.
Pretty sure that was Phillips coming up from the corner.
Yeah, the goalie was down. He dumped it up in the top corner.
So we're going to count that one as Phillips. That's his 10th goal of the season. And that puts him in second place, tied with Jack Lombard for 10 goals this season.
Comes all the way back to Everett. Bulldogs get past both Everett defensemen, Nuke and Rohde, and they get manhandled on sideboards. Rohde collects it at the blue line. Drops it back for Brendan Phillips. Phillips takes a shot, gets shuffled off by the Bulldog goalie. Comes back to the sideboards. Popped out of the zone, chased down aggressively by the Bulldogs. Rohde gets taken off the puck. It comes right out front. Beautiful save by Zadina. Just like Everett was in emergency mode there.
Yeah, Herman came in behind the play trying to disrupt it, and I actually think he put the goalie more at risk there.
Herman on the sideboards there. He does a shot that puts it right into the goalie's chest. He should have waited just a little bit longer because Brendan Phillips was streaming into the zone for the rebound, but Herman kind of ran out of time. Everybody was changing. He was all alone. Like, what do I do? What do I do? So we'll have a face-off here in the Burnaby zone. Gets collected by Burnaby behind their net, and they come up on the sideboards. Tries to get it past Wyrick. Comes back for Burnaby. Burnaby pops it deep. Chased down by Gumont. Gumont up the sideboards for Wyrick. Wyrick tries to pop it up. Bulldogs right back behind the Everett net. Nice job by Nuke.
Ooh.
The Bulldogs come take a shot. Nicely saved off by Zadina.
Big rebound, though, right up to the center.
Yep. That's a dangerous situation. The puck goes all the way back into the Bulldog zone. Chased down by Wyrick. Comes up to the hash marks for the Bulldogs. Blue line for Althoff. Althoff streams into the zone. Looking, comes right out front. It got disrupted and shuffled all the way back to the Everett zone for the icing.
Everett's here up 2-1, but I still don't feel sort of the momentum and excitement that you see when you're in the lead. Like the team still doesn't. They feel disjointed to me. They're not awake. They're not playing.
I think that's you.
Yeah, I feel like they're just for whatever reason still a lot of individual play going on out there. Not a lot of teamwork.
Comes up on the sideboards for Mietzma. Back to Gumont. Gumont takes a shot right out front. Comes for Mietzma. Mietzma takes another shot right into the goalie's chest. I'm getting tired of saying that, Brian. right into the goalie's chest. But
hey, so next time Sean is getting after you about how repetitive you are, you get after him about how he does nothing but shoot that puck right in the goalie's chest.
Shoot
like,
that
try
puck.
another shot, man.
What
else you got?
Yeah, we were practicing that. This is the goalie. This is the net. You got to get it on the other side. Bulldogs get past Gumont. Gets poke checked by Rody. And there's going to be, or there was a whistle.
There was a whistle. Maybe offsides. Was Rody able to disrupt that at the line?
Well, no. I mean,
that looks like it. Looks like an offsides.
Right. Yeah, sometimes it's hard, even behind the glass, looking through this little lens here, that it's a little tough. Good face-off win by Herman. Nietzsche gets knocked down. He seems to have a hard.
Yeah, he's been a little light on his feet today. Like the guys are just. He's had several times where he's run into a stationary guy and bounced off and fallen.
That's just not characteristic.
Yeah, I don't know if he's not setting his feet wide. Maybe he just like he's a little top heavy today.
Yeah. Comes back for Rody. Rody pops it back into the Bulldog zone. Chased down by Mietzma behind the net. Comes right out front. Disrupted by the Bulldogs. Comes for Corson. Corson on the sideboards. Dumps it back in for Mietzma.
That'll do it for the second period.
That'll do it.
JrSilvertips lead 2-1. 1 period to go.
So what do you think so far?
Well, like I said, usually when you get up, you get a little bit of momentum. You start seeing a little more fluidity in the play. You see guys hustling a little bit more because they got that excitement, they got that energy that comes with a lead.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And I still feel like this team's just sort of, I don't know, just kind of bumbling our way through this game.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with that. You know, bumbling is a good word, actually. Oh, I gave him a headache. I did. I gave him a headache. Those are some large friggin' fruit flies.
I think so.
They have been here for a while, feeding.
Been feeding, yeah. Yeah, there's this one fruit fly here buzzing around our booth that is just he's just annoying us.
It's annoying, very annoying. So only one penalty so far. I can definitely see how this third period could get a little not off the rails, but it could easily get a little what's the word I'm looking for? Chippy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, our boys have a tendency in games like this, I think, especially in the third, to get that way. Hopefully we'll keep it clean.
I mean, I think that Everett is, as a whole, is just not, is not skating well, is not moving, is not moving the puck well. I have definitely seen a lot better out of.
Yeah, even in Portland, where
we
were getting our hind ends handed to us most of the time, we definitely had stretches where we, played very effectively.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's a mentality of this is going to be easy. This is they're A2, A3 teams. Like we played these guys before and we won.
Yeah, I would hope that's not the case, right? Like you would hope that's not how they're approaching it. You never can tell.
Well, I mean, it's very
the way the boys are going to think about it.
It's very easy to do that, but I mean, you can just. You can just see that these guys are,
little let up, and we're tied up 2-2.
Like they're not moving. They're not tracking the puck. It's this slap happy hockey that we saw at the beginning of the season. Very, very disjointed.
What I was about to say before that goal went in, that hopefully we can carry this one through, and then maybe it'll be a bit of a wake-up call for this afternoon's game or this evening's game.
Yeah,
but now the boys are going to have to find something within themselves. It's 2-2 with 14:20 to go.
Yep. I noticed that McCutcheon is not here.
Yeah, but I swear I see his dad down there. Is that his dad
Really?
back here with the hoodie? Oh, puck down behind the net.
Oh, for Herman. Herman spins, puts it right out front, gets gloved by the Burnaby goalie.
Yeah, take a look down here on the end, taking a drink of coffee. Is that his dad?
Nope.
Looks like his dad.
Nope.
No? All right.
That's not his dad.
Yeah, I was realizing we hadn't called his number when you said that. I was like, not heard of him today.
Number 15. Is he on the roster for Everett?
Let me take a look.
I'm sure he is because we hint that in probably.
Yeah, it's this roster has Poland on it as well. Yeah, looks like McCutcheon's not here.
Yep. Good job here by Herman behind the net to disrupt it. Bulldogs come out with it. Stream over the blue line, gets disrupted, grabbed by Anderson. Anderson up to Herman. Herman with Phillips. Takes a shot, gets gloved by the Burnaby goalie. I'm not exactly sure why Herman felt that he needed to shoot that when the defense was behind Phillips and he only had one defense. Not exactly sure, but you know what?
Yeah,
it is a split-second decision. So
well, as I watched him come in, I saw him look up and recognize that Phillips was there, and so I don't know if he thought he'd take the shot and Phillips would get the rebound if there was one, or what. But I definitely saw him recognize Phillips coming into the zone.
Yeah. There. It was interesting just watching. Watching Meinecker chase his puck as the Burnaby player was streaming into our zone. There was not a lot of hustle there, and he said, "Oh, you know what? I'll get you on the way out." Rayner behind the net, getting taken off of his feet.
Gotta go.
Good job by Meinecker to disrupt that puck, but it comes right back out for Burnaby. Shuffled back into the zone. Everett just not commanding the puck at all. Like they're just slapping it away until it comes into the neutral zone, and then they're trying to do something with it. Wyrick into the zone.
Nice little rub there by Wyrick.
Hayes down, pops it behind the net for Herman. Herman pops it back up to Gumont at the blue line. Gumont, weak little shot, lost it in his skates. Picked up by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he just couldn't accelerate backwards to catch up with the puck as it was getting between his legs.
That's right. Comes back on the sideboards for Corson. Corson pops it up. No one there to help him out. And it gets dumped all the way back into the Everett zone. Chased down by Gumont. Gumont shuffles it to the sideboards for Rhodey. Rhodey does a slapper to the other side for Herman. Herman tries to do a breakout. It comes right out front. Nice save by Zadina. Poked into the corner. Hopped all the way up, and it looks like it's going to come out. And
hey, Strinker with a Statue of Liberty catch there.
There you go. And it's
nothing gets by Craig Strinkert.
This just looks ugly. Ugly hockey.
11:31 remaining in the game. Score is 2-2. Altoff's line is out. Although the lines have been so jumbled today, all I can say for sure is Altoff is out, and there's some other guys there too. Looks like Phillips and Anderson.
Phillips streams out of the zone. Loses it. He gets poke checked. He gets double teamed on the boards there. Good scrum by Altoff, sorry. Comes out to the hash marks. Bulldogs hop it out into the neutral zone. Over the red line, gets picked off by Everett. Anderson on the sideboards, trying to dig it out.
Looks like a penalty being called here.
That's one of the
head contact. You couldn't see the official clearly as the way his back was set, but it looks like a head contact penalty to Burnaby. As
they're scrumming across the boards, maybe they planted Herman's head into the glass there.
You know, that seems to happen to him a lot. Like, I don't know what he says or does or if it's the way he plays, but he seems to get folks riled up. He gets hit in the head now and again.
You know, I ran into the clip. Do you remember the game where the guy friggin' sat on his head and butt checked him?
Yeah.
I had a good laugh over clipping that one out. That one's going to be on the highlight reel.
All right, well, we got a power play for the Everett Silvertips at 10:40.
New K to Phillips. Phillips to Anderson. Can't really decide what to do. Flop shot. Not sure why we would do that. Comes back to the sideboards. Pinned along the side for Phillips. Comes right out. Man, 11.
Good clear there by Burnaby.
You know, on the power play, it's like you don't take a shot until you're absolutely sure that everybody's pinched and everybody's good and whatever have you. You know, you don't just flop it into the corner. Phillips.
Yeah, otherwise you're just wasting clock.
Yeah, I mean here you're just wasting clock. Like, why is one guy just going in and wheeling and dealing against 3 defensemen? That makes no sense whatsoever.
1 minute remaining in the power play.
New K just throws it at the net.
Herman in with, who do we got? Looks like Rayner.
No, Rayner's getting off the ice.
Getting a change.
So Corson and Mietzma with Gumont and Rody.
I'm a little surprised they're not playing 4 forwards here, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows what they're thinking. Burnaby with it in the Everett zone. Wheeling and dealing. Picked up by Rody, streaming behind the net. Going to try to set something up. Brings it up to Mietzma. Mietzma gets pinned on the sideboards.
40 seconds remaining.
Chased down by Herman. Grabbed up by Mietzma. Mietzma back to Rody. Rody takes a rifling shot. Tries to get hipped by Corson. Covered up by the goalie in the chest.
Far and away the best play of the power play right there.
Yeah, certainly. 31 seconds left in the Everett power play. Herman with a face-off. Goes into the corner, slapped up by Burnaby. Disrupted by Mietzma, but they get it and slide it all the way back for Gumont. Gumont up the boards to Corson, doesn't connect to it, and they bring it back and dump it all the way back into the Everett zone. Oh, what a waste of a power play here. Grabbed up by Gumont. Gumont makes a stop up for Mietzma. Comes cross ice for Burnaby.
Burnaby at even strength.
Yep, that was a total waste of a power play.
Yeah, we had one solid shot. That was it.
11. We're going to have a rough weekend if this keeps going. Comes out for Herman. Herman on the sideboards, dumps it in, chases it down, kind of gets disrupted. I don't know why we're not attacking that. Comes out for Rody. Rody loses it. Comes out for Burnaby. I'm getting tired of saying that. Comes out for Burnaby. Burnaby takes a shot. Gets saved up here by Zadina.
Oh, 8:10 remaining. That means we're about 4 minutes away from actually possibly my favorite thing of all, which is the Canadian 4.
The Canadian 4.
Yeah,
how's it going, A?
That's coming our way soon. All right, who we got down here in the end? Face-off comes up to Burnaby. Burnaby takes a shot, bounces off the skates. Oh, my goodness. Wyrick got blasted. Lost his glove, that was his stick. That was a cool hit.
Holy smokes.
I
hope I got that on camera.
That was really kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't get hurt. He kept his feet, but just lost everything.
Yeah, you see, it's coming a little off the rails here. Nice hit by New K. Althoff passes it up. Doesn't connect with it. Comes back for Phillips. Phillips goes wide, tries to take a shot, gets shuffled off. Picked up by Rayner. Rayner puts it out front for Phillips. Phillips goes back to Rody. Rody back to Phillips. Phillips tries to do a cute little dangle, loses the puck. It comes back to the blue line, picked up by Burnaby. Grabbed up by Meinecker.
Forwards changing behind the play.
Comes back on the sideboards for Burnaby. They put it center ice and they pop it into the Everett zone. Chased down by Meinecker. Icing waved off. Sideboards for Anderson. Comes up for Phillips. Phillips bats it down. The 2-on-1 with Herman. Puts it, takes a shot. Oh, why would you take a shot there when Herman's got wide open there? Man,
wide open. Missed a big opportunity there.
Big slapper by Rhodey. Gets stopped up behind the Burnaby net. They're doing a lot of cross-ice, Burnaby, a lot of cross-ice passing, trying to get an opportunity for a odd man rush breakout. Herman pops it into the zone, chased down by Corson. They shuffle it off. Comes out front for Corson. Corson takes a shot, goes wide. And they pop it up. Gets collected by Gumont. Gumont pushes it over. There's going to be a whistle on the play.
Hey, so when we were at the tournament down in Portland, the boys had there was a Chipotle right across the street. The boys had mini meals over at the Chipotle, and it was at Chipotle that Corson was talking about the ladies, and he likes to be a bit of a ladies' man, and he came up with a new pickup line that I'd like to share with you. Corson said, "I like my women like I like my Chipotle burrito, spicy and fat."
Okay. Well, there's a lot of those along Evergreen Way. Let me tell you that. That's pretty awesome from Corson. Burnaby streams up, gets picked off by Mietzma. Mietzma streams up on the side boards. Puts it right out front for Corson. Corson can't connect to it. You got the opportunities here. Rifle shot by Gumont. Gets disrupted by the Bulldogs. Comes back for Rhodey. Rhodey gets pinned on the boards. Collected by Gumont. Man, that's good for a belt.
Yes.
Did Melissa ever find the person that she was looking for the belt?
The missing belt? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know whatever happened with the missing belt. That was from the Wayback Machine. That was
that was way
December.
Way back. Yeah. Comes out for Mietzma. Oh,
goodness gracious!
He just quit, playing there for a minute.
He wheeled the end deal.
Yeah,
but
he did wheel
then he
and
just
deal.
stopped.
I was like, wow.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're just 30 seconds away from the 4-minute mark. When we're in Canada, we like to perform the Canadian 4, where we do our best Canadian accents for 4 minutes of the game.
That's right, 30 seconds away. 26 seconds away. I got to get warmed up.
Nice little play there by Zadina, getting a hold of that, keeping things settled. Still tied up 2-2, 4:22 to go.
Wow. Oh, man, 11 went out back for a hoot. It comes back, got disrupted. Gets hot back in.
And we're in.
Canadian 4. How's it going, eh?
Well, it's going great.
It's going. You sound more like North Dakota than anything else, but it gets slapped back in.
Well, we got ourselves what are we calling this? An icing, or what do we got?
Yeah, this is a total icing.
Total icing.
It's a.
What are you at, ref? Make the call early, eh?
Yeah, that was a little late on the icing, but Canadians like their ice, eh?
Yeah, well, he's poured back a Mickey. Whoa, I don't know what that was.
Just pour back a Mickey.
Poured back a Mickey.
Just pour back a Mickey and come on down to Big Mike's. But you got to put your house coat on.
Oh, absolutely. Got to wear your house coat to Big Mike's.
Yeah, you gotta wear your house coat. There's a lot of house coat wearing here in Canada. I don't know where you're from, but here in Canada, we wear a lot of house coats. So the puck goes up and over.
Yeah, that's kind of a bonehead play. You got to keep that on the ice.
Yeah, it's got to be on the ice, That's where we play hockey. Hockey in Canada is where we play hockey, on the ice. Got to keep it on the ice all the time. So we've got, who do we got here?
That's Herman out there.
Herman doing the tripod, eh? That's, okay, I'll just leave that one alone.
Tripped him up there.
Tripped him up right out front.
Nobody saw nothing.
No, nothing. It's not going good. Slapping happy hockey here. It's off the rails. Off the rails, getting bloated.
Getting bloated.
Getting bloated, eh?
Hey. Boys are kind of taking her easy in the corner there.
Yeah, we don't want this to come down to a tie, eh? And you're running out of a big slapper. Slappy by Rhodey comes out for Phillips. Phillips right into the goalie's chest. Big rebound. Yeah, see, when I get excited, I completely lose the whole Canadian accent thing.
I think
goes all the way back.
I think that goalie has seen that shot once before this game. He seemed prepared.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you know what? I only have to worry about this area right here.
That's right.
And for you people listening to the radio, I am circling my chest. My chestal area.
My chestal area.
My chestal area. That's what we should do. We should broadcast this on the radio. I think next year that's the next FM station satellite truck. It was funny. I'm talking to the guy and he's like, satellite truck. He's like, you have a satellite truck? I'm like, yeah, it's out in the back 40.
Yeah, if nothing else, you should get yourself a wee dish and just put it on the top of your van and just tell everybody you got a truck. Just tell everybody I
got a truck. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the wifey there would be too happy. Comes back to the blue line for Meinecker. Excuse me. Back for Althoff. Althoff tries to slide it out front. Good aggressive play here by Corson and Althoff.
I don't know if everybody knows, but
it comes right out front, right through the crease, eh?
Well, that's exciting.
That was beautiful blue paint. I love seeing that.
So Meinecker, he tamed the flow. He cut his hair.
Yeah, you know what?
He doesn't even keep a mullet. Like
nothing.
Like
he's got it.
Nothing.
Like he has it. He has it styled like a model or something.
Yeah, he's still got the looks. He's definitely still got the looks, but the hair's all short now. I'm
so disappointed. Like I cannot see him on the ice anymore. Nuke, fast hands Nuke there. Nice shot with 1 minute left in the period. So Everett, what does Everett have to do here? They just have to keep the puck out of the net, I'm thinking. It's one of the the attributes of a hockey game, I think.
Burnaby goalie, he's wondering if he's coming off or if we're having a chat. Oh, it's maybe a timeout been called here.
Okay, so yeah.
Got ourselves a timeout, boys.
Got ourselves a timeout.
Come on back here and drink a pop.
That's We got time to
chat up the coach a little.
Yeah, you know what? We got time to go out the back 40 for a hoot.
That's right. Smoke a dart. Take it easy.
Smoke a dart and throw my friend's head in the snow.
I seen a couple of newfies out in the lot. We'll take it to them.
Yeah, there you go. There's nothing like beating a newfie. I'm not exactly sure if that's racist or not, but anybody's watching, I am sincerely sorry. Sorry.
It's so embarrassing when your mom catches you. that joke's never coming out.
When your mom catches you beating a newfie. You over there, you stop beating a newfie. All right, so if anybody listening from Newfoundland, please excuse. We have to do our disclaimer. Here comes right.
That hoser Rob Green, isn't he a newfie?
Yeah, maybe he's a newfie.
I think he's
right?
a newfie.
I don't think I've ever beat him though.
No, I don't know.
Holy smokes! I'm thinking that
he might be from Nova Scotia.
Oh, Nova Scotia, that's where it is. Well,
either way,
it's close to Newfoundland, right? Comes out another shot, rebound.
There it is.
Oh man, 11. That was it. That's what we needed. We needed Althoff to have a little bit more meat on that stick. I'm not sure if we go to a shootout here.
Yeah, I don't know what the rules are for this tournament. Cookie Duster could have ended it right there.
Yeah, I could have ended it right there. Man. That was crazy. So, we need to do the disclaimer here. So we just like to have fun, and we try to poke fun at everybody. It's just in good fun. So if you're from Newfoundland, don't be coming to Canlan 8 rinks, because
Yeah, you can suck it.
You might. You can suck it. All these Canadians are like, they are going to, they're not going to be happy with our Canadian accents. This is a over-exaggeration.
These people in BC are nice. They
They
don't like
are
Newfies
nice,
either.
right? They don't like Newfies. Comes back, gloved by Herman. That was a great glove, eh?
I think he just got
That's
clobbered on
great.
the head with a stick.
You think so?
I
They like karate chopped him or something.
I think it was totally incidental. It just came down.
Yeah.
Well, that's the game. We're tied up. What we don't know is there going to be a shootout, or is there going to be? There was a note from the tournament folks saying that they got to line up quick at the end of the game because they got
that's
they
right.
got busy ice this weekend.
Yeah, they do have busy ice. That's
Yeah, so
probably why we are.
So I think we're ending in a tie.
We're playing. We're playing at multiple rinks today.
Yeah.
Or this weekend, excuse me. Yeah, so we're going to end it in a tie, which means that both teams probably get 1 point, right? If we can look at the.
Yep, 1 point.
So we'll
1 point for a tie.
Line up here for the.
Both teams should earn their sportsmanship. Point as well. So
that's right, for under what?
18 minutes. I thought it was just 8. 18 minutes
it's
of
18
penalties.
minutes.
So yeah.
Oh,
so
geez.
basically, you can't get a major, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, they'll hand out sportsmanship points like it's going out of style, I'm thinking.
Yeah, well, hopefully. I mean,
Yeah.
well, like I said, one major will do you in if you
Oh,
little bit of craziness, right?
Yep,
and you'll be in trouble there.
Yep.
So so 2 points each for this game.
Yeah.
I wasn't quite accurate in my prediction of Burnaby going 0-2 here. Burnaby is now 0-1-1.
0-1-1.
Boys are lining up for the player of the game.
So it'd be interesting to see, who the coaches grab out of their hat for.
Yeah, right.
There's not gonna be any decision making. Just the last person that did something cool, and see who comes out for MVP. And then we can close this chapter of our lives. Here, go back, check into the hotel, and have some fun.
Get ready for game 2 tonight.
That's right. What time is game 2 tonight?
I think it's like 7 o'clock. Let me look here. 7 o'clock game this evening. We're playing the Port Coquitlam Pirates A2 team.
So we got Brendan Phillips with MVP.
All right, out to get himself a little hardware.
Yeah.
Little medal.
Probably a Canlan 8 rinks stick and puck pass. Number 11 for Burnaby.
Number 11 is Corey Kwan.
Corey Kwan,
the assistant captain and forward for
congratulations
the Bulldogs. Good job.
Corey Kwan of the Burnaby Bulldogs. So that'll about end it here. Score 2-2 in a tie for the Junior Silvertips. That's voice of the Junior Silvertips, Mike Meetsma.
This here's Brian Herman, his imaginary friend.
Yeah, his imaginary friend for half the season, actually.
For half the season.
Yeah, that's right. Signing off. Have a good day, everybody.